they have engaged in spreading conspiracy statements and conspiracy theories, be it whether COVID potentially may have started in Italy, or whether the United States military brought COVID to China, and that this was actually the origin of the COVID pandemic. They've also made some pretty extraordinary statements. We've seen some extraordinary statements coming out of the embassy of China to France, where, I'm paraphrasing here, but effectively it was said that, the French government didn't care for its elderly and was simply letting the elderly die in their care homes. We've seen also studies from different think tanks show that there's been an uptick in Chinese disinformation campaigns on online platforms. And despite the uproar around, or the conversation around the EU disinformation reports coming from External Action Service, we do at the same time see that the EU itself has recognized that there has been, from Chinese sources, a disinformation campaign around COVID online.
The effects of this crisis are not apparent on the economy yet. And the economy, and employment in particular, are absolutely crucial. Domestic demand is pretty flaccid, and I think external demand is even more flaccid. And when prosperity is, as it were, the number one legitimacy, the real question is the Communist Party going to be able to keep up the economy and employment when there's a very thin and hardly extensive safety net? And therein lies considerable room for danger and instability in the future. If there was instability, where would it come from? Well, I don't think it's going to come from the leadership levels until things get really, really bad in terms of the economy. If the broad party learned one thing from the fall of the USSR, it was that instability and splits in the leadership were what really sunk the ship. So Xi Jinping has hammered that point home, and whether you oppose Xi Jinping or not, you know that you will hang together.
I think it has significantly weakened China's reputation in the wider world, even in the global south, places like Nigeria, for instance, which previously have been quite favorable towards China. Now they see it as the source of the pandemic, and they don't see China's somewhat triumphalist language about it, that people's war, as being a good explanation for why they suddenly find themselves in such difficulty.